If you interact with a narcissist, you may often feel confused. You hear them speaking, but you aren't sure what they are talking about. You often have very different memories from them, and what they are trying to convince you of is true. And if you try to counter their statements or memories, you are belittled and put down. Invalidation is a constant state of being when you are with a narcissist. Narcissists live in their own world with apparent disregard and even recklessness to how their actions affect others. Why is it that narcissists appear to live in an alternate reality? But first, I am Dr. Emily Mayfield, a licensed psychologist. Thank you for watching this video and being a part of the Mindset Therapy family. The narcissist must create their own reality because they need as little interference as possible from those around them. This stems from their lack of object constancy and inability to handle an ever-changing world. Small slights or inconveniences are seen as earth-shattering to the narcissist. Of course, they would never admit this, but their actions show this as true. If they are met with any sort of obstacle in their life, they will fall apart. Their carefully crafted facade is tested and they go into survival mode to prevent any further loss of narcissist supply, which is their buffer to the world they feel is always out to get them. When the narcissist's fragile ego is targeted, they go on the defensive. They enact their narcissistic punishment tactics to try to gain an upper hand. I have discussed before how they will go into a narcissistic rage or even use a silent treatment. However, their use of gaslighting is also a punishment tactic at times. They need to recenter themselves in their crafted reality, which is spinning out of control, so they gaslight. They try to convince you that their reality is real and tell you that you are crazy if you think otherwise. They need you to believe what they believe so that you aren't pushing back and countering them. While trying to gain control, they may also use word salad. Word salad is when someone is speaking and words are being said, but they don't mean anything. The narcissist says one thing and then immediately follows it up with something else that counters their initial statement. Or they talk in circles, never really saying anything at all. If you leave the conversation with the narcissist feeling confused, you have likely experienced the word salad of the narcissist. The word salad and gaslighting are meant to control the narrative of the narcissist. It is how they exist in a world which is unpredictable. They control as much as they can so they can feel in control. The narcissist is unwavering in their belief that their reality is true. For them to not show this level of dedication to their own actions would be catastrophic for the narcissist and lead to narcissistic injury and then narcissistic collapse. The narcissist's beliefs are delusional, and no one can convince a narcissist how they think is flawed. They want you to believe they have high self-esteem, but in reality their egos are fragile and self-esteem is low. Their narcissist supply reserves help protect them from people they feel are always on the verge of calling them out for who they really are. So, they exist in their own world and everyone must comply or they will experience narcissistic punishment tactics until they comply. To learn more about why the narcissist wants you to fail, click on the video in the corner or you can find the link in the description below. See you at the next video.